Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Where's the Beef? I appreciate you joining me for our third episode. I think we got a pretty full episode coming up for us today. My apologies about the delay. I had a pretty jam-packed weekend. We might be able to get into that a little bit later. Cast via YouTube, and I figured it'd be a good way to help get this thing out there and make it just more accessible for everyone else. And so thank you everyone who has gone over there and checked me out over there. My brother-in-law, Angel, shout out to Angel. He offered me $200 if I could get 200 views on one of my videos. And we've gotten pretty close, guys. We've gotten pretty close. We haven't quite made it there yet. Sorry about that little noise in the background. If you heard that, I got an email. Yeah, we haven't quite made it there yet, but we are getting pretty close. I think we're at like 140 something views on the first episode, which honestly we're just going for whatever we can get, And 140 views, that's what I'll take it. It's not the 200 that's going to get me paid, but that's 140 more views than I had last week. So I appreciate all of you for helping me do that. He tried to say later that there was a time limit on this thing. To be completely honest with you guys, there was no time limit stated when the deal was made for the 200 views equals $200. So as far as I'm concerned, we just keep watching that video, keep promoting it out there, sharing it to everybody, and we'll see if we get up to 200 views, and we'll make this guy pay me, But yeah, also quick shout out to Grandpa Dean. Grandpa Dean Van Wee, yes, sir. He talked to him yesterday, and he told me that he was happy with the pod. He checked out the podcast, and that he was happy with it. He liked it. He said he could do without some of the language, which completely understandable. My explanation to that was I didn't think anybody that I respected would listen to it. And by respected, I mean my elders, my grandfather, my mom. People that, family that you don't want them to hear you say bad words and stuff, even though I'm a grown man. But still, it's a respect thing with Grandpa. He doesn't like the language. So from here on out, we are going to, by we, I mean I, specifically me, being the guy that's doing this darn thing, I'm going to try to censor myself a little bit and make this thing a little bit more all age friendly, But yeah, we're going to tiptoe back towards the YouTube thing here. If you have been to my YouTube channel, I'm sure you've might have seen the cover photo that I have for my YouTube channel. It's just a pretty sexy, I think, picture of me. It's mostly just zoomed in on my eyes. You got a little bit of mask there, a little Superman mask going on. You got a little crazy hair going on. But really, it was just something temporary to throw out there to get the party started, But yeah, what I want to do is if anybody is efficient in Photoshop and is willing to help me out, I mean, I'm willing to throw you some cash. So hit me up in the DMs, and we can talk about some different possibilities for imaging and stuff like that. I want to be able to find somebody that can kind of create an image for me for the podcast, so I can start using that and putting it out there. Something different than my generic cow with the writing that says "Where's the beef?" that I did in 2.5 seconds. I'm trying to make this thing look a little bit nicer and trying to clean it up a little bit. Trying to get away from using free stuff and trying to get some stuff that I might be able to own myself. Speaking of that, I have been working with a good friend of mine, Jake. I mentioned this last week. Me and my buddy Jake Kalia and I are working on some new intro music for the podcast, and between me and you, it's done. He recorded it. He got it all done. We discussed it. He sent it over to me, and this week we're going to be using the generic Compton music from the Anchor app that I have been using for the previous 2 episodes. But next week, episode 4, I'm really hoping to be able to get this new tune, this new little ditty I got, and edit it into the podcast. So I'm really excited for that to go out there. And speaking of that, I'm also working with another buddy of mine on another podcast project. I'm not going to get too into it now. We're going to save that for a little bit later as well. Maybe next week I can have some more details for you. But yeah, I mean, this thing's going well. I'm liking it. So I'm getting great feedback, mostly positive. A couple constructive things that I can work on. The biggest one being from Grandpa and the language, which I feel like I've done a pretty good job for this first 5 minutes, being able to not curse. We'll see if we can keep it up for another 25 or so. Fingers crossed. Oh man, but I got some good stuff here on my rundown this week. I got a couple good stories in here. A couple good stories with the kids. A couple good fun kid stories. The first one I got written down here is the other day we were playing some music. Mia loves to dance, and Michael's just he's a crazy party animal. He's down to do whatever. So singing, dancing, being all crazy, any of that stuff, he's definitely into it. So we were playing some music on the TV, streaming to YouTube on the TV, and playing some tunes for the kids and stuff. And lo and behold, LMFAO's Party Rock comes on, and we're all bouncing around and dancing and singing, And if you've ever seen this music video, I'm assuming that a lot of you have. If you're closer to my age, you've most likely seen this music video, and it consists of these two gentlemen in Speedos or something along those lines, and they're just mostly air humping the entire video. And honestly, I'm here for it. I really am here for it, and to and to even prove that point even further, my kids are watching this music video, and then they start air humping. So I got Michael over here just going to town, moving those hips. Even Mia, we got Mia moving those hips to Party Rock. I mean, I guess Party Rock is in the house. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was in the house. At least it was this last week. Oh man. Speaking of the kids, I had a pretty hot week this last week as far as temperature goes. So we were trying to find stuff to do outside, fun stuff to enjoy the weather, a little water balloon stuff, things like that. So I'm at the dollar store on my way home from errands. I don't know what I was doing. Coming home from errands, we'll say that. And I'm looking through, trying to find some fun yard toys that we can do something outside to enjoy the weather, like a family thing, And lo and behold, I see a whoopee cushion, and I think to myself, ho, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So, and lo and behold, yeah, it turns out that whoopee cushions are great for kids of all ages. Michael's 3 years old. I made sure that when he was younger, that anytime that there was a fart around, I chuckled. I had to, so he knows that farts are funny. Because even at my age, I'm 28 years old, farts are hilarious. I'll fart right now, and I'll fucking laugh. I will laugh my butt off at a fart right now. And Michael agrees. Farts are hilarious. So I get the man a whoopee cushion, and he's off and rolling. He's off and rolling, and he's sneaking the place up with the whoopee cushion, man. And I couldn't be prouder. I really feel like I am fulfilling these teachable dad moments. I'm fulfilling my I can't think of the word. My destiny, if you will, as a parent. Fulfilling my requirements as a parent by teaching my son the glory that is a whoopee cushion. And of course, he's 3 years old, so of course it was broken immediately. But we got a couple hours of that thing, and it was a good couple hours with the whoopee cushion. So what's next as far as teaching your kids? I mean, we got the whoopee cushion down, laughing at farts is down. What's next? I think finger guns. Finger guns might be the next thing on the agenda, as far as doing the dad thing and crossing off those little boxes of things that dads are supposed to do for their kids. You teach them to laugh at a fart, and you teach them to enjoy a whoopee cushion. You teach them how to whip out those finger guns and start shooting at everybody. Gotcha, bud, gotcha. There's no video component. I mean, I'm recording this in video form for myself, but I will not be posting a video. But with that being said, I am finger guns cocked and loaded right now, just fucking shooting all over the place. So, nothing you can do with that, just ride it out. Finger gun time, baby. Let's do it. Uh, yeah. So, I mean, this is what you're in for, and with Where's the Beef, you're in for me just rambling on about finger guns and whoopee cushions. When I first started this thing, I was hoping to have more people on, be doing that more consistently. 3 episodes in, we haven't been able to get a guest on yet, but it's not for my lack of trying. It's just scheduling and trying to find people that I want to have a conversation with and getting them on here. But yeah, so right now it's less of fun conversations and more of just listening to me talk about whoopee cushions and finger guns. And don't worry, we have plenty more stuff to talk about. Next thing on the list here is obviously the podcast name, Where's the Beef? It's classic. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it. But I'm getting up there in the views, getting pushing 150 views on YouTube. Watch out, So I'm getting to be a bit worried about potential copyright strikes. Some of you may know that Where's the Beef was a popular ad in the late 80s and early 90s for Wendy's. And I don't want Wendy's to come along and take my 15 cents that I've made. That's a lie. I haven't made 15 cents. I've made 1 penny. I made 1 cent. I tried to exaggerate it there to make myself feel better about it, but no, it just felt wrong. It just felt wrong lying to you guys. I've only made 1 penny off of this podcast so far. And here's to another penny. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. So, potential new podcast names. I was running over some stuff with my sister last week. We were talking on the phone. And potential new podcast names. If I can talk clearly, that might help this whole podcasting thing, right? Okay, let me try this again. Potential new podcast names. Number 1, Where Did the Beef Go? I think that one's pretty good. We're sticking to the same theme of beef. And the second one is where in the world is the beef? I think these are both pretty classic names playing off of the initial Where's the Beef that we have now. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Toss me some ideas for new podcast names. Maybe you'll be the lucky guy or girl, and I pick yours, and who knows? You'll be lucky that you know a famous guy that's over here getting hundreds of views on YouTube, 100+ views on YouTube. It's hard being famous. It's really hard being famous out here. So I got some other stuff. I got some other stuff written down here. I've noticed that a few of these things I got on here are food related. So let's try to stick them all together. And let's do a whole little food segment right now, right? So first up is the other day on Facebook, I shared this post. It was who has the best fries, and it had 9 different options. I don't remember what they all were. There was your classics. You got McDonald's and Wendy's and BK and all these other mid-tier level fries. Checkers is on there. A lot of people were raving about the Checkers. I had a big issue with this list of fries. And some of you may know, and some of you probably, most of you don't care, but here we are. Where's the Beef? This is my podcast. We're going to talk about fries for a minute, and we're going to start with complaining about why the heck wasn't Culver's on the list. Okay, Culver's has the crinkle cut fry. All right, it is a fresh Idaho potato based fry, and it is absolutely delicious. It's got, when cooked properly, it has a nice crunch on the outside, but still soft potato on the inside, and it honestly doesn't get better. It honestly doesn't get better than the Culver's crinkle cut fry as far as fast food fries go. Obviously, if we're looking at a mom and pop joint that's selling potatoes that they cut that morning, they're slicing up some wedges and they're deep frying them, that's going to be better being cut that day, served that day. That's always better. But as far as fast food goes, Culver's has the best fries. Culver's has the best fries. And all of you Checkers has better fries than Culver's people can get the heck out of here. Okay. We don't want none of that. We don't want none of that around here. Okay. Culver's, it's the home of the Butterburger. They have crinkle cut fries. Okay. And they're delicious. And everyone's going to come at me like, you spent all this time talking about fries, but you didn't mention the cheese curds, because the cheese curds are good. I get it. The cheese curds are good. And that's what Culver's is famous for. Culver's is famous for the cheese curd, but I'm not here to talk about the cheese curd. I'm here to talk about the crinkle cut fry. Okay. And honestly, I'm just quite upset that it didn't even make the top 9 list that this meme creator made. What are we doing here? What are we doing here when you don't add the crinkle cut fry from Culver's to the list of the greatest fries ever? Okay, it's just, I don't even know I don't even know what you want me to say here. I really don't. Going on about Culver's a little bit longer, because I do have an obsession with Culver's. COVID-19 has reduced menu items at most restaurants, probably all restaurants. And my specific complaint here, again with Culver's, the pork tenderloin. Okay, the pork tenderloin has somehow become the most scarce item in the Midwest. I'm trying to find a pork tenderloin sandwich from Culver's. I'm a Culver's guy. Obviously, I've already done probably 5 minutes on Culver's, and we're going to keep going here. I'm clearly a Culver's guy, and I go to different Culver's in different areas, and none of them have the pork tenderloin right now. What is going on? What is happening, America? America, what is happening here where we can't get a freaking pork tenderloin through the Culver's drive-thru? Okay, Jesus. I just want a pork tea. Okay, all I want is a pork tea sandwich, and I want it with some extra bacon, some cheddar cheese, and we're gonna call it a day. Okay, give me a large crinkle cut fry on the side and chocolate shake, and now we're talking. All right. But it doesn't really make any sense to me why menus are getting limited. I understand that there are a lot of things that we don't get to see behind the scenes stuff going on with a lot of these restaurants. They got to try to cut costs here and there because they're not getting as much business because people are scared to go out. I understand that. I get that. Maybe the pork tenderloin is just a bit of a pricier item for Culver's to carry. Maybe they'll make as much profit on the pork tea, so they're putting it to the sideline. But honestly, I think that's ridiculous. McDonald's, where the hell are the bacon, egg, and cheese bagels at? Okay, where are they at? You're telling me that you can't afford to serve me up a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel? Everything else on that item, on that meal is in there. You're keeping the bacon, you're keeping the eggs, you're keeping the cheese. The special sauce, I'm sure, doesn't fucking cost you that much to make the special sauce. So it's too expensive for you guys to order in a bagel. That's all you need now. All you need to do is order in a bagel, and that's costing you too much money, McDonald's, to be able to serve me and everybody else out there that enjoys the bagel breakfast menu items from McDonald's. I'm a little upset here. I'm a little upset that we're not able to enjoy a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel or a pork tenderloin sandwich. But I guess that's the current state of life in COVID-19 in America. We can't deal with this stuff anymore. Honestly, I'm bitching about nothing. I'm complaining about trivial things because this podcast is to be fun. I don't want to complain about real life stuff. Let's complain about stupid stuff like Culver's pork tenderloins and crinkle cut fries, right? So I have an idea. I want to do a potential top 5 discussion on the best submarine sandwiches. Okay. Who has the best sub sandwiches? Are we talking? I mean, it could be from anywhere. We're looking at Subway, Penn Station, Jersey Mike's, Quiznos, all my QC fellas. We're looking at the Hungry Hobo. You know what I'm saying? The Hungry Hobo, man, that's number 1 for me. I'll tell you that right now. Hungry Hobo is number 1 to me. And you got Quiznos and Jersey Mike's as a very close second and third. As far as ranking them, I'd have to sit down and actually really think about it and try to put it in an actual order. But I'd honestly have to put Hungry Hobo as number 1 right now. But that's mostly nostalgia, not having lived in the Quad Cities in, I think, 3-4 years now, only having had a delicious, delicious King 3 only one time. Their sandwiches, their menu at the Hungry Hobos is numbered. So you got 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. The King 3, King being your full size sandwich. Uh, the King 3 was my order. That was what I got, and I still remember to this day exactly what I put on it. You get a couple sides of melted cheddar cheese. You could dip your sandwich in the melted cheddar cheese, or hear me out here. The Culver's chili is thebomb.com. Let's bring that back. Thebomb.com, guys. Okay, the Culver's chili. That's where it's at. Well, not Culver's. Excuse me. Hungry Hobo chili. Culver's has pretty good chili, but the Hungry Hobo chili, that's where it's at. Okay, you gotta dip your fucking sandwich from Hungry Hobo. You gotta dip that sandwich into your chili, and then take a fat bite out of that thing. Thank me later. Because I'm introducing you to something that you never realized could be that amazing before. I know we're talking about food a lot here. I haven't ate yet today, and I'm quite hungry, so I'm gonna be getting something to eat shortly. That's for sure. Your boy's got to get some food in his stomach. Now that I can't stop thinking about food, I gotta switch this up. So let's talk about a different topic here. Some of you may know I've been seeing my posts on Instagram and Facebook over the last handful of months. When this quarantine started, obviously nobody was allowed to get haircuts. So a couple months of dealing with no haircuts, and then finally the barbershops opened up. But by then, I had already made a decision to start growing my hair out again. When I was in high school, I got my hair pretty long. I got it down to my shoulders. It's pretty long. I never did anything with it though, so that's the thing. So because I didn't do anything with it, I barely combed it. It just kind of like naturally grew into a mullet-looking hairstyle. And you're in high school. I was a sophomore at the time, so we'll say I was 16 years old. You're a bit self-conscious at 16 years old. You got people coming up to you saying you got a mullet, you're mullet boy, and I couldn't have that. I was really only a couple people that said that. I can't remember their names. I think one of them was Lucas. I can't remember his last name. I played soccer with him. Good guy. Except when I was making fun of my mullet-looking hairstyle. So obviously, self-conscious. I went home one day and I said, "Hey, Mom, let's just cut it off. Just take the buzzers and just do it. Just do it. Cut it off." And honestly, ever since then, I really kind of regretted. I really kind of regretted doing that. And now with this quarantine, I'm kind of just using that as an excuse to get back into it. Let's just grow the hair back out again. Who cares? It's 2020. Let's do this thing. It's quarantine. It's COVID. Let's just start growing my hair out. So now my hair has gotten quite long. But it's a pain in the butt. It is a pain in the butt if you want to grow your hair out. It is time consuming, man. I haven't cut my hair since probably late January. We're in August, the beginning of August. My hair is still not to my shoulders. I'm still probably a good couple inches away from my shoulders, man. Like, what does it take? What does it take to get some long, luxurious hair? And also, while I'm in the middle of this, while I'm in the middle of trying to grow my hair out, try to do some fun things with it, trying to change it up a little bit, I comb my hair back to try to look kind of professional, and my hair feathers up, and I look just like my mom, like identical to my mother, with my hair. And it's kind of crazy because my mom would go to the barber shop or the salon or wherever she would go to get her hair cut, and she would get it cut to look like that. And she would put in spray every morning, and she would do all this stuff to make her hair look a certain way. I wake up in the morning and comb my hair back, and boom, I got it. That exact same hairstyle. Take any picture of my mother from the 90s or 2000s or shit, probably even today. You can probably go take a picture of her this morning and you comb my hair back, and I'm going to look just like her. What is that? What is that? I mean, honestly, I can't complain too much. I think my mom has a awesome hairstyle. I think it rocks. I think it works for her quite well, but being a 20-year-old man, I don't think the same hairstyles are going to work for us. So I got to figure something else out. I gotta figure something else out here. Oh, jeez. So I think we're getting towards the end of this week's episode. Again, my apologies for the late recording. As I mentioned earlier, my brother-in-law is home right now. He's home from the Marines. The youngest of Adela's siblings, 19 years old. Maybe he's 20. Yeah, he's 20 now. I forget. This man was born in the year 2000, and it's 2020. Quick math. He's 20 years old. And just having him around it's just been a good time. So I haven't been able to get recorded. I like to try to do these things on Saturday nights. Unfortunately, this past Saturday night we were, or not unfortunately, I'm not going to say unfortunately, because we had a good time. We were just doing fun family stuff. We're playing board games. We got a volleyball net out in the backyard. Started doing that. Apologies to my neighbor as we hit the volleyball into his yard probably 100 times, but we just kept sending Michael, lifting Michael up over the fence, having him run to grab the ball and run back. I think trespassing is a little bit less of a deal when he's 3 years old, right? I'm just standing by the fence. So Michael's running around in the yard trying to find a damn volleyball. What can you do? What can you do, man? You got to get the volleyball back, and you don't want to keep knocking on the gentleman's door every 5 minutes. But that's what we did. That's what we did. But yeah, so it's been a really great time having Angel here. He's a lot of fun. He's a great guy, and we share a lot of the same interests. So it's nice having somebody around that shares some of the same interests that I do. Especially when I'm stuck in a house full of women, it's kind of hard to find somebody you can bro out with, because there's no bros. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice having him around, so I can just make a quick, funny comment, and he'll laugh, as opposed to everybody else who I think hates my jokes entirely. But that's not going to stop me. Don't worry, guys. That's not going to stop me. But yeah. So check me out. Check me out on YouTube. This episode will be going up on all of your podcast feeds. You can find me on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any of your other major podcast feeds. I should be on there. Where's the beef? Check me out on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Let's just try to do this thing a little bit more. Like I said, we're trying to come up with some new podcast names. I'm working with a good buddy on a new podcast idea. So hopefully that pans out. We're going to try to record something in the next week or two and get it out there. And I think this one's going to be more of a bi-weekly thing, because it's going to be a little bit more focused. We have a potential idea for what we want to do, as opposed to this one where I'm just like randomly talking. This other show, I think we're going to try to have stick to more of a script, and not to a script, but to an outline, and have specific things to talk about specific ideas. I'm being really vague because I just don't want to go into it. I don't want to give away our idea until we get it started. But I think we've come up with a pretty awesome name, and I think that I'm just really excited about it. I'm just really, really excited about it. So anybody else out there, if you guys come up with a great podcast idea, and you want me to help you out, you want to do something with it, or if you just want to try to record something with me, you want to try to hop on Where's the Beef, let me know. I'm willing to have you on the Where's the Beef. I would just like to do some sort of test recordings first. I've only been able to do a couple tests, and honestly, I didn't get enough information on those tests. I kind of forgot what we were doing when we were doing it. So I need to test this out with somebody, and I'll get you on here, and we'll be able to really, really do this thing the right way. So thanks again, everyone, for listening. Thanks again for checking out Where's the Beef, and for helping promote my episodes and sharing my YouTube link. Appreciate all of you who have done that. Danny, Alex, Roro, Jen, Martin, everybody who shared my podcast link. If I didn't name you, I apologize. Thank you. I appreciate all of you, and I'll hope to see you guys again next week. Have a good day. All right, guys, that was episode 3 of Where's the Beef. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I rambled on a little bit too much. I'm really liking these notes that I'm doing. I think it's trying to it's helping to keep me focused and keep me in line. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share on YouTube. Subscribe and rate me on all of your podcast feeds, and share Where's the Beef with everyone you know. Let them know that we are on a hunt together to find the beef. For now, until we potentially change the name to something beef related or something not beef related. But really, thank you all. I appreciate all of you for everything you guys do for me, helping me promote this thing and helping me get this out here. I appreciate all the positive feedback, and I love you all. And we'll see you guys again next week.